You know what's the best thing about this beacon is how quick you can run and how high you can jump. It is like I am so jittery, like I've had tons of sugar or something. It makes me feel like I am invincible. So the plan for today is I am so low on iron ingots and also on slime balls. So we're building a slime farm and also an iron farm. Because if we want to build some more complicated redstone stuff, we're going to need some hoppers. And we'll probably need some sticky pistons too. So this is definitely something I need to do. So the first thing I want to do is just write down my coordinates. This is for the slime farm, so I know where it is in relation to my base. And the next thing I'm going to do is head down to the area underground. Words are hard sometimes. So if I remember, there's a potential slime chunk right here. This would be a good spot because it's right under my base, so it would be constantly spawning. But the other spot I want to check is over there. So I see one there, two there, and I see creepers over there, which is not good. Let's deal with this stuff first. So right here they spawned. Let's get as many slime balls as possible. So the problem with this spot is not exactly close to my base. So for it to work, I would need to be close to it. So I think the best bet would be to see if there is one right here next to the elevator, because it'll be directly under my base. If you've never found a slime chunk before, there can be a couple tricks to find it. So I've hit F3 and G, and this gives the chunk borders. So this basically gives you an idea of where the chunks are, and then you can use this to try to figure out which chunks will have the slimes in it. So what I need to do is, I think it would probably be this one because it doesn't spawn that much. So what I'm going to do is dig out a bit and put some fences in so I can see which chunk is spawning the slimes. If you want a more detailed information about finding slime chunks, I have a video on that you can check out. But generally, my opinion is you should just be aware of your environment. Try to see where slimes spawn, and then you can use that to build a slime farm. Okay, so I have cleared out these two chunks. I put some torches down so other mobs can't spawn, and I put some fences in between so I can figure out where the slimes are basically spawning so they won't go from one chunk into the other. So this isn't the most ideal way of doing this. If you don't have any idea where a slime chunk might be, it might be better just to build a tunnel and then separate each chunk with gates. So anyways, now that I've done this, I'm going to fly away, come back and see if there are any slimes that have spawned. And by the way, now that I have firework rockets, I am way more lazy. So let's see if anything spawned. Nope. The other thing is, it might not be enough space because large slimes take, what is it, a 5x5 area to spawn, and this is only 3 tall. Clearly, these slime chunks are not slime chunks, they're just normal chunks. So the slime chunk is probably the tunnel that runs parallel to this. So what I'm going to do is just build basically a tunnel and light it up and separate it by fence gates and see if any slimes spawn in any part of the tunnel. So I'm building a 4x4 area. I think earlier I said 5x5, but that's wrong. You only need a 3x3 area for slimes to spawn at least the biggest size. So I'm just going to keep building this, light it all up, and I have a bunch of dark oak fence gates here, and I'm going to separate each chunk in this tunnel so that I know exactly the spot where the slimes will spawn. This is probably the easiest way to do it if you have no idea where any slimes are. And also, what is the other thing I was supposed to say? Come on, Raj, you should know what you're gonna say. And the other thing I was gonna say is that slime chunks are about 1 in 10 chunks. So basically, if you want to do this method, you should make it at least 10 chunks long, because then you might get 1 slime chunk, although it might be better to go maybe 1 or 2 extra chunks long. So I built this tunnel. It's only about 8 long, so 8 chunks, but that's as far as I could go before I hit this cheese cave. So probably what I want to do is move out of the radius and move back in to see if any slimes spawn in this area, like I've done about 10 times already. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see if we can see any slimes. I do not see a single one in this thing. This is not working in my favor. I cannot be this unlucky. So I see none over there, none over here. I guess I gotta dig this a little longer. So finally, there is a slime, and this took forever. I kept digging the tunnel longer, and I was actually trying to see if there was some different approaches I could take. But finally I got this guy, so I'm definitely going to have to mark this chunk and build the farm. This took forever, so I think the reason this took forever was because I was just unlucky, part of it, so there may have not been as many slime chunks in this area as I expected. But I also think in 1.8, because the caves are a lot bigger, there's way more space and more mobs spawn in the caves. So it might mean that slimes are less likely to spawn in the way I was trying to find the slime trap. Before I actually build the slime farm, I just want to detail my plan. So this right here is the area where the slimes will spawn. And underground, I'll have the killing area here and the spot with the iron golems. Now what I want to do to make this a bit different, because I want to try to do different stuff this Let's Play, is I want to do something on the surface related to the slime farm. So basically a spot where the slimes come up and then they'll be into a chest that I can grab on the surface. So what I'm thinking about is doing something where the slime balls basically shoot up, and then it's kind of like a little thing where it goes into a hopper into a chest, and then we'll have something right here. So I'll have to move the nether portal. And here it is underground. So this is going to be the area where the slimes spawn, and this is the other area with the other stuff. Now with this farm, I don't want to build it too big, because the last time I did this, the farm ended up being too large and I had too much slime that I knew what to do with. So I'm going to try to only do 1 or 2 layers, see how that works. And if that's not enough and I need more slimes, I can easily just add another couple layers. So here's all the stuff I need. So some jack-o'-lanterns to keep light, some hoppers, blocks of iron for the iron golems. I have campfires for the killing area. And now I just got to dig it out and set up the farm. Slime farm. So this is a spawning area for the slime to spawn. They'll see the iron golem over here, decide they'll want to attack it, jump over there, they'll fall into the campfire, they can't escape, so they'll die, drop the slime balls, and there's hoppers underneath there. And the hoppers lead down to here where there's an item elevator, and when there's a slime ball in the dispenser, it'll eject it all the way up there. And that item elevator will lead up to here where it will pop up and eventually get into the cauldron, into the hopper. So now I just have to build the rest of this. But I think that's enough for the slime farm for right now. So the slime farm is working down there. Now I gotta move on to the next thing, which is the iron farm. This is a really cool view. I kind of feel like a Batman thing going on where I'm just looking over my base. So anyways, where should I put the iron farm? So there is a storage system here, there's the map area, there is all the villager stuff over here, but there's not really a flat spot where I can put it. I think the best spot might be right here. So I don't want to have it too close to my base, because if there's pillager patrol and I get the bad omen effect, that might trigger a raid, which would suck, and I don't want that. So I want it far enough away from that stuff where it won't trigger a raid. So I think this is a good spot. It should be enough space. It might have to float in the air a bit, but I can definitely build something around it, although I can just leave it as it is after I finish it. So I think I have all the supplies I need, although I'm kind of doing this off the top of my head, trying to remember what I did last time. So there are a lot of bed signs, a lot of building material, glass, and then other stuff like hoppers and mine carts. So let's get started and build this iron farm. And there we go. There is part. Oh no, creeper. Where was that creeper? Oh no, that's bad. That's not good at all. So most of the iron farm is complete. It's kind of an empty husk of an iron farm. I haven't done the finishing touches on it. So the things I forgot is, well, I haven't put the villagers in. I haven't put the zombie in, which is going to be a little tricky. And also getting the villagers in is going to be tricky. I forgot the rails, the hopper, the lava, magma blocks. Yeah, I forgot a lot of stuff. So I'm going to go and get some supplies, and hopefully we can finish this off. So now we put in the remaining magma blocks in here. Now let's put in the lava. Hopefully this works. And let's remove this cobblestone and obsidian from my screw up with the lava. So next thing I want to do is get some name tags. Now I don't have any emeralds, so what I need to do is use these pumpkin and cactuses to get emeralds, then get some name tags. And I have to head over to the village to do this because none of my librarians in my villager trading hall has the name tag trade yet. So after trading with the farmers, I have a little over a stack of emeralds. Now I gotta find the guy that has the diamond thing on his, what do you call it, belt. So hopefully I can do enough of these. So I only need one name tag for the zombie in the iron farm. So that is enough, but it's always nice to have a couple extra. And I'm gonna need some gold for this. Poor beacon. It's missing a bunch of blocks now. Well, I'll fix you later. Okay, so I have put in all of the rail to go from the villager breeder to the iron farm. Now let's see if this works. So there's one guy. And let's see if he gets to the iron farm. So there he is. He's going up the hill. He's going. Let's see if he makes the turn. Yes, he did. And it looks like I already have one iron golem. Although I didn't set up the water stream, so it seems like he's stuck. So I gotta fix that also. But I have one module of villagers in. And I still need another 14 villagers. So this might take a while. So it looks like I hit a bit of a snag. There's only one villager left in my villager breeder. So I'm gonna have to feed the guys up in the farm some bread to get them going. But I think I first should fix the water issue with the iron farm. Okay, so let's fix the water. Place one there. That should push him through. No, he goes the other side. So then 1, 2, 1 there. And then I believe it is 1 there. And there. So will this work? Yep. So there you go. It finally works, and I should get some iron out of this. And while I'm placing water buckets, oh, this one isn't set properly. And there he goes. So the rails are all set up at the bottom here and the collection system. So all I gotta do is put the hopper minecart in and it can start picking up the iron. There you go. See, it is already producing iron, even though I haven't even put the zombie in yet. And there's another one. I might have overdone it with the food. It looks like the villagers are just spewing it back and forth between them. So it's hard to tell from here, but I finally got all of the villagers in here. You can see they're all on their beds preparing for the night. Some of them are still babies, but it's only a matter of time before they become adults. This one's a bit of a problem because I have more villagers in here than I need. I didn't put them in there. What happened is I guess there must have been food in some of these villagers' inventory, so they passed it back and forth and they bred more villagers in here. So I'm gonna have to get rid of these guys because they're kind of useless, because part of for golems to spawn, it has to be that the villagers can sleep, and these guys can't sleep. So anyways, I'm going to have to go and get a zombie. Okay, so there's a lot of hostile mobs around here. I think what I'm going to try to do is get that guy. He's the closest one to the rail system. Ah, that's not what I meant to do. Great, now I got a pig in there. Maybe I can do it this way. Nope, didn't work. There we go, there's one. Okay, looks like I might have screwed that up a bit. Okay, attempt number 3. There we go, perfect. So it looks like it sort of worked. So now I just have to fix this after I've already put the name tag in. Okay, there we go. I think I fixed everything. So the zombie is named. He has blocks above him, so it blocks out the light, because otherwise he would catch on fire. And let's check if this works. Okay, it looks good. It looks like it works. Ooh, that worked out pretty well. So it looks like this thing is working pretty well. So all the villagers in here, you can see they're kind of moving around, panicking. The zombie is moving around. He is named. He also has a object in his hand, which kind of helps for him to not despawn, even though I don't need that. And there's blocks above him, so he will not light on fire. And the iron golems are spawning. One mistake I made doing this was that, if you can kind of tell here, it's hard to tell, but this is like the bottom part of a block. So basically, if it's a half slab, mobs can't spawn on top of there. So a problem I was having was an iron golems were spawning in somewhere on here. I couldn't figure it out, and it was on this spot because I didn't have it at a half slab. So now I have it all set up. It looks like everything's working fine, and now I just will deconstruct all of this rail system that I have just to show you guys how this thing is working. Here is half of a large chest of iron ingots. So this thing is definitely supplying me with a lot of iron ingots. So I think that is enough for today's episode. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next episode, but thank you guys for watching.